We are just 2 days away from Donald Trump's second inauguration, and his supporters, as his supporters travel to support him, there are also thousands of people who are starting to gather in the nation's capital right now as part of the People's March. It's organized by hundreds of advocate groups in protest of his second presidency and his policies. Sister marches will also take place across the country and internationally even. You're seeing all the spots right there. That in green, that's where they're happening. People's March advisor Ashley Woodard Henderson joins us now to talk about this event. Ashley, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on ABC News Live. So who is involved in the People's March? What are the goals here?
There are over 100 organizations across the United States involved in this protest today, Gio, and I'm excited to be one in the number. People are mobilizing in all of the hollers and hoods, the rural and urban communities, the suburban communities across this country, as an exercise of faith to say that, listen, I know that maybe this feels like a time of great loss and anxiety and grief because we've seen MAGA loyalists rise into governing power. But this is just the beginning of our great comeback, that this is a time where folks in the immigrant justice movement, they're going to fight against the mass deportations of our neighbors and our relatives, the folks that are going to fight so that man-made climate disasters cease and are a distant memory, and we are living in healthy, sustainable, and equitable communities, the folks that are fighting to live in a world full of peace instead of a world full of war, the folks that will prioritize people over the billionaire bros of the bro-ligarchy that Donald Trump is building here in D.C. These folks are coming to say, we believe in the power of the people to be able to stop these bad conditions from happening and actually change the course of this country to make sure that we're bending the moral arc of the universe and this country with our own elbow grease. So I'm proud to be one in the number. There are over 100 organizations that are involved, and you can see the list at peoplesmarch.com.
And Ashley, as you're speaking, we're seeing live images there from Washington, D.C., right next to you, where you're seeing that first march there start to kick up. So 8 years ago, the historic Women's March on Washington, it became one of the largest single-day protests in American history. And yet since then, many women feel that their reproductive rights have been sharply limited or taken away completely in the overturning of Roe v. Wade. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think this is a moment of intervention around it to say that despite the ways that the Trump administration and his loyalists, even down the ballot, sometimes in our own local communities, who are saying that women's right to choose is not something that they are going to support, folks that are saying that they are going to target LGBTQ communities, we're saying no. Like, if no one else will protect and defend our folks, we will show up and do it. There are over 350 local actions that are also taking place today. That's just what we can count. Honestly, that's probably a low number because it rises by the second. So as we continue to see MAGA forces up and down the ballot, corporate Democrats up and down the ballot, continue to dismiss the needs of working families, the hundreds of thousands of people that are mobilizing today are saying, we are the ones that we've been waiting for.
All right, Ashley Woodard Henderson, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Gio.
Thank you.